Many seek the path to victory, but only one can stand glorious over all. At the old world's heart stands the Empire. Karl Franz must prove worthy of the Warhammer.
Hello and welcome to another Total War Warhammer guide. Today we're looking at the General of the Empire Army and the Captain of the Empire Army. So these are sort of non-named characters that you can have leading your forces, so you'll get a lot of use out of these, especially in the sort of not massive battles where you're using all the sort of legendary heroes and the wizards. So first off, we're looking at the General of the Army. So they're very similar, General of the Empire. So they're very similar. They have effects like Stand Your Ground, which is basically a buff to your troops. So you want them to get their fighty characters. They've got 2,700 hit points, so he's a decent tanky character. You want him with your units in the fight. You want him buffing his nearby troops and debuffing the enemy. He's got one that helps morale, which is obviously fantastic because morale is so important in this game. And he also inspires troops around him just sort of naturally. The second one we look at is the Empire Captain. So basically he's just a minor downgrade. So he's got one less augment spell, but he has a slightly less hit points and obviously, you know, quite a bit cheaper. So these are all based on how big your armies are. So next up we're going to look at the General of the Empire, who actually has the ability to ride a Griffin into battle, which is basically a giant flying eagle-y thing. And that does a crap ton of damage. It's armoured, which is fantastic, meaning it ignores a lot of the damage from the smaller troops. It's got armour piercing, which is superb because it means you can go after those heavily armoured characters like the Chosen Chaos Warriors, or, you know, knights, heavily armoured knights, or black orcs and stuff like that. And it also causes terror, which is a huge thing in the tabletop game, and they've included a few units that do that. So I cause terror, you're much more likely to break from morale losses because of that. So he has the same set of spells. I should stop calling them spells, they're not augments. Is that what we're calling them? As the one on foot, obviously he's just riding a Griffin. I think this is definitely an impact character that you can use. I wouldn't charge him in on his own into a front line. I would like to do is have your main blocks of infantry in the middle. They soak up the charge and then you counter charge with a guy like this. You could also do this with the Captain of the Empire. On a Pegasus, which is basically just a flying horse, much less sort of scary, but it's a lot cheaper. And with that unit you could then go and do artillery hunting, so you could fly around the map, obviously massive movement speed, fly around the back end of the map, hunt down some artillery, destroy those artillery, and also you could go after archer units at the back and all sorts of stuff like that, wizards and everything. But with the General on the Empire, with the Griffin, because if it's so expensive and it has all those benefits, I'd be more inclined to use this as a front line. So here we were in a skirmish and I just thought I'm going to send, I was just casting some spells for the other videos and everything, so I thought I'm going to send in the guy on the Griffin. It did look spectacular. So here he is. They're just approaching our front line. We've casted a few spells just to whittle them down a bit. It's not a proper fight, I was just basically spamming all the different spells. So here we go. Here we send in our General to come swooping in and kick some absolute arse. Like, he will destroy units on his own. Here he comes, flying in, landing, and splat. Absolutely decimated half that unit in one go and just charged through the rest of them. So, although I did a lot of damage, that guy's going to start getting clogged up. He's surrounded on all sides. That's why you don't want to individually charge him. You know, you could maybe pick off a couple of flanking units, or like I said, use him, my personal preference, as a secondary charge. There you go. I hope you enjoyed that little guide there, guys. Please subscribe to the channel, and I'm going to do lots more guides, including more sort of advanced tactical guides rather than just these sort of intro videos. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.